Good morning, it's Friday, February 27th, 2026. Welcome to your morning digest. Let's dive into what's happening in the markets and around the world. First up in tech and markets, a California woman is suing Meta and YouTube, claiming their platforms caused serious mental health damage. She testified that she was on Instagram all day, describing how social media took a real toll on her well-being. This is a landmark trial that could reshape how we think about platform accountability. Big tech's been under fire for years about addictive design. This case might actually set a precedent. Speaking of tech giants pushing back, Anthropic CEO says his company cannot accept the Pentagon's demands to drop AI safeguards. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had threatened to remove Anthropic from the Defense Department's supply chain, but the company is standing its ground. It's a fascinating tension between national security interests and AI safety principles. Anthropic is essentially saying some lines shouldn't be crossed, even for government contracts. On the corporate front, NetApp just crushed their Q3 earnings. The data management company beat guidance and hit record high margins. In a market where everyone's worried about tech spending, NetApp is showing that the right infrastructure plays are still thriving. When companies need to store and manage data efficiently, NetApp's solutions are clearly winning. Switching gears to crypto, Bitcoin has fallen below $67,000 as speculative assets take a hit amid a broader stock market slide. Risk assets across the board are getting punished as investors reassess their positions. The crypto market remains tightly correlated with traditional risk assets. When stocks sell off, Bitcoin follows. It's a reminder that despite the decentralization narrative, crypto hasn't decoupled from macro forces yet. Looking at Asia, Tokyo's CPI grew slightly, but core inflation actually slipped below the Bank of Japan's target. This is significant because it gives the BOJ cover to keep rates low, even as other central banks maintain tighter policy. Japan's been fighting deflation for decades, and this data suggests they're not out of the woods yet. For investors watching Asian markets, Japan's ultra-loose monetary policy looks set to continue. And closer to home for our Hong Kong listeners, the city recorded a 2.9 billion Hong Kong dollars consolidated surplus for 2025 to 26. A combination of a strong IPO market and bond sales helped put Hong Kong's finances back in the black sooner than expected. With a robust pipeline of listings expected, analysts believe this surplus can be sustained. After years of deficits and economic challenges, this is welcome news for the territory's financial health. Now for some global headlines. US-Iran talks in Geneva have ended with what mediators are calling significant progress. These indirect negotiations are being seen as a last-ditch effort to reach a nuclear agreement. The stakes couldn't be higher. Tensions have been escalating for months, and both sides seem to recognize that a diplomatic solution is preferable to military confrontation. Whether this progress translates into a real deal remains uncertain, but for now, diplomacy is winning. In environmental news, British supermarket chain Waitrose announced it will suspend all mackerel sales by April 29 due to overfishing concerns. This is a bold move. Mackerel is a popular, affordable fish. By stopping sourcing of fresh, chilled, and frozen mackerel, Waitrose is putting sustainability ahead of short-term profits. Other retailers will be watching closely. When major chains take stands like this, it sends shockwaves through supply chains and can force industry-wide change. And finally, look up tonight, 6 planets are putting on a celestial parade. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune will all be visible in the night sky. You don't need special equipment to see most of them. Jupiter and Venus will be especially bright. In a world that feels increasingly chaotic, there's something grounding about watching planets move through their ancient, predictable dance. Take a moment to look up. Before we close, a thought for your Friday. We're constantly bombarded with information, with updates, with the next crisis. But here's the thing, most of what we worry about never happens. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. But they also practice something just as important, appreciating what is, right now. That planet parade I mentioned? It's been happening for billions of years. Long before humans existed. Long before our markets and our politics and our worries. It'll keep happening long after we're gone. There's perspective in that. Your portfolio might be up or down today. The news might be good or bad. But you're here, you're breathing, and you get another day to figure it out. That's not nothing. That's everything. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourself. And remember, the best investment you can make is in your own peace of mind. I'll catch you Monday. Stay sharp.